What up, everybody? It's your boy Al Mega, and today we have a special Geekfest Comic Crusaders collabo, right? We have an amazing creator that is touring on their platform right now. They're going to be at a convention near you. She is an award-winning director and producer, all right? She is the creative director of the sci-fi web series called Narcoleap, which is what we're going to talk about today. It is fire. Let me introduce the one and only, the amazingly talented Kate Green. Wepa, how you doing?
Oh my God, that's the most amazing intro. Thank you for having me.
Getting fired up because you have something fired up here. It got me fired up watching. I was like, oh my gosh, I need this in as many different type of platforms I could get it, whether it's comic books, t-shirts, TV, big screen. Oh my God, Kate, you got something special on your hands.
Oh, thank you. That's awfully sweet of you. It's been a labor of love, and it's been a long road for sure. It's been about five years now from season 1 to season 2.
Wow.
And well, from because there's creation, development, and then getting the financing together and all that. It takes a while. But thank you. Yeah, I really felt like we had something really special as well, and I'm really thrilled to share it with
yeah, and I see some familiar faces from the trailer, which, yes, folks, I'm going to share. I saw some familiar faces. I said, wait a minute, I've seen Homie before. Yes. I'm like, whoa, so you got some more connections. But, Kate, let's get into it. Tell everybody where you holler from.
I'm up here in Vancouver, Canada. Okay. And very rainy, wet Vancouver, Canada, but we're known for our sci-fi up here. So
excellent. And are you a native of Canada?
Yeah. Born and raised in Victoria on Vancouver Island. So I grew up on the West Coast on beaches, flipping rocks and chasing crabs in the summer, and awesome. and getting through the rainy days in the winter.
So I want to know so who put you on to like your first love or your first fandom in pop culture? Who in your family, and what was it where you found that love? Oh, was it something self-discovery?
It was really on my own. It really was. Yeah, my mom always says that I marched to the beat of my own drum, and literally I did. I was the only girl in the drum section of the band in high school. I found Star Trek, and I found all of that by myself, and I fell in love with it because it was, there's characters and storylines and themes that can be explored because you build this world within sci-fi or within fantasy. Yes. And there's rules of that world. And then when you put these characters in there with these different ideas and wants that are kind of bumping up against these rules of the world, it's fantastic. And I mean, that's Star Trek 101 is what that is.
Oh yeah.
And I loved it. And I'm so drawn to the quirky and the little bit oddball. And I mean, I'm a bit of a nerd myself, and
hey, nerds rule now. We rule the world. Yeah,
they're in my heart. I love them. But you know what? Here's the most shocking and a little bit embarrassing thing to admit that Rose City Comic Con was 2 years ago when we went with season 1 with the Geekfest. That was my first Comic Con that I'd ever gone to.
Really? Oh, wow.
And I was
were you not exposed early on to comics or just TV stuff? Oh, really?
Yeah, just TV stuff. And
so wait, Canada, you didn't have any local shops, or okay. So this goes into kind of my next question. So you didn't have a tribe, if you will, or a crew that was all about that, nah.
No, I didn't. And Al, I gotta say, I'm a late bloomer when it comes to all this. But I walked into that sci-fi convention, and it was like the heavens opened up. And I was like, these are my people.
The gates have opened over here. Yes.
I wait for this. Yeah, no, honestly, it was actually a little bit emotional. I took my husband, and we were like, this is amazing.
Was it his first?
It was his first convention as well, but he's way more articulate and way more educated when it comes to the sci-fi world or comic book world, I should say.
Okay. He speaks comic.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great to find your tribe. It's great to find your people, It
really is.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you growing up then and then getting into, creativeness, if you will, was that an easy journey for you? And how did you even, know how to take the steps to just, do it?
Hell no, it wasn't easy. I just knew I just had to keep trying. Just had to keep moving forward and keep going. I knew that within certain realms or genres, it wasn't quite a fit for me. And I knew that there was a bigger world out there for me. I just kept trying. And I was lucky because I think, like maybe some people don't ever really find their niche and find their way of telling stories. But I did. And, with Narcoleap, I wanted to tell a story of a young woman coming of age and finding her superpower, so to speak.
No, I'm
and
digging it.
I wanted to see her kick butt. I don't know if I can swear on here.
Of course. Okay. This is an adult show.
They're like, that's not a swear word. And I just wanted to tell that story because that was very much me. Like Chelsea Reist, who was on the 100 and plays the lead, Kelsey. That was
Kelsey. Yeah, make it easy.
But we were longtime friends, and she I asked if she'd come on, and she did, and so actually I gave her I was producing a travel show, and I gave her her first job out of university, out of acting school. It was like many years ago.
How are you connecting with these people? I mean, was that at that very first convention or
what? No. So I worked in film and television for many years, and I worked in factual television. I did like travel shows and documentary type stuff. And Nicole Oliver, who plays her mother, she was the host of a television show that was my first job in TV. So my very first job in TV was on a show called Crash Test Mommy, and Nicole Oliver was the host. And you might know her a lot. Like she does a lot of voice for My Little Pony.
Okay.
She does like tons of voice work for cartoons and that. And and so I needed a mother, and I called Nicole up. I play the long game in life, Al. It's like, don't be a jerk because you never know, right?
Truth. No, it's the absolute truth. Be good to everyone because you never know.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah. And the same with Alec Ponovic as well. Alec is on Hawkeye now for the tracksuit
mafia.
Mafia.
Yeah, that was like I was like looking, I was like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, I'm seeing familiar faces. I'm like, wow, she has an awesome cast.
An amazing cast who I love dearly. And every day they showed up and they just gave 100%. And I mean, God knows we weren't doing it for the money, but they were so invested in the characters, and we were creating characters for them that, I mean, Helen, like Nicole, middle-aged woman, and she's like, well, I won't give any spoilers, but it's a role that most middle-aged women wouldn't get to play, probably, right? So, we were doing things that was really creative, and again, play the long game. I worked for many years in film and television, and you just be nice, be nice as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean, you know when you need a favor. I hear you. I mean, I understand you won the Audience Choice Award at the Vancouver Short Film Festival, nominated for Best Made in Canada Short as well. I mean, you've been killing it. Then your second decade run to be Melting Stars, Best Short International.
For the other stuff, yeah.
I mean, you're like you're murdering things here. You see folks get inspired. Look what this lady's doing. So you're playing this long game. I could tell though, because there goes quality in what you've done in that resume you're building.
Oh man, that's so nice of you to say, and thank you. Yeah, it's like you work. I'm kind of a one-woman show, and obviously I bring people on the team as we go into production, but sometimes you're sitting in the office and you're like just by yourself. And,
I have this whole team, and then like.
Yeah. So it's nice to hear that feedback. It's really appreciated.
Listen, I know as a creative too, like you, sometimes we need to hear that. Say, hey, you're doing great. Hey folks, even
my God,
you need that. You're doing Before you're doing great. I'm digging the show. It's amazing, folks. Right now, let's do it. Let's give them that taste of that season 2 trailer. Right? Check it out, folks.
Your abilities are awe-inspiring.
What is Tripwire?
It's the people we're dealing with.
They tell me you learned how to jump, like a week ago? And already you can target your hosts?
You are in real danger.
I'm so proud of you.
God, you are so full of shit.
Restrain her.
Why should I believe anything you say?
Maybe because you see that I feel the same way about it that you do.
Dad! Don't let them do this!
Why did we get married again?
Because you got pregnant.
So I guess you weren't just the cutest girl in my business admin class.
Oh, I was definitely that.
Be careful. She can jump into any one of you.
You said there are others like me, right, Trippers? What if we find them?
Hello. Trooper.
You don't give a damn about any of us.
You're using your power to kill people.
I'm using my power to kill boomers.
She's a murderer! We are moving in.
What's happening?
Catch me.
Always.
I swear to God, I'll kill you if you don't get out!
I'm afraid she's turned, sir.
Life's messy. Stick together.
Stop. We didn't create a killer, and I certainly didn't raise one. Try to remember that when the guns come out!
Jesus Christ, folks! If that was not intense, I don't know what is. Yo, you know what is going on? This madness. Now I need to know. Let's get into this.
Yes.
The world, yo, the power sets. Because it's very unique, and this is what I said. I need to see. I've seen things similar, but not in the way that you have done this. And kudos to you on an original idea. Oh my God, people's head are gonna explode. So talk about it.
Thank you. Yeah, and I just saw that Quantum Leap's getting a reboot too. So I'm like, oh. So Narcoleap is about Kelsey Atkins, who is diagnosed with narcolepsy. And when she falls asleep, she discovers in season 1, that she's actually leaping into other people. And season 1 is all about that discovery and about that journey. And she thinks she's alone, that she's the only person that has this power. By the end of season 1 and going into season 2, she realizes that there are others that have this power. And without giving away too much, the other group they're called the Troopers, and they are trying to save the planet, but kind of they're doing it in nefarious ways. So they're young people that want to leap into CEOs of oil companies or leap into and like kill them and murder them. Whereas Kelsey has to make the decision by the end of season 2. How is she going to use her power?
I almost wish we had one of those alive now to handle some situations.
Al, what are you saying? Who would you
Man, please give us somebody with those powers now. Let's take care of something real quick.
Yeah, you know? But it's a fun question to ask and to think about. Like, who, if you had that power, who would you leap into?
But who says we don't? Because what are dreams? Ooh,
exactly.
You messed me up with that one because I was like, damn, because sometimes some dreams feel so vivid. So what if?
Yeah.
What if? I like that. So where did this whole thing get inspired from?
Yeah, I really, like I said, I wanted to work with Chelsea. That was definitely number 1 on my radar, and I love sci-fi. I absolutely love sci-fi. And, it seemed timing was just, I don't know, ironic or perfect. I don't know what the word is, but I wanted to tell a story about a young woman coming into her own and in her early 20s. Because, like, we think we know everything in our 20s, right? Especially 21 or 20. Like, we think, oh my God, I got
we're adults.
Yeah. And you're barely a human. You're barely alive at 21. Right?
You just learn how they wipe your butt, kiddo.
Yeah, exactly. So, but there's some really great, amazing things that happen, and I especially wanted, that female-focused story, and it just happens that when I wanted to tell this story, the Me Too movement was starting, and all of this kind of snowballed and wrapped up together. And I just felt like this was a really, for me personally, for somebody who hadn't really found my tribe at this point, when I first started out, it was the best way for me to kind of tell this story of a young woman coming in and to find her own superpower. And by season 2, it was like, we'd been through so much politically and so much with like the Me Too and everything. And it was like, what would you do with your superpower if you had this power? How would you use it? And that was the same choice that I wanted Kelsey to have, was how is she going to use it? Is she going to use it for nefarious kind of uses, or is she going to maybe join the dark or the light? I don't know. But Well, you have to watch and find out.
Oh, we're gonna have to watch. And talking about watching, we're gonna have the opportunity to watch this bad boy at GeekFest. GeekFest LA currently touring. So talk about your hookup. You said you were, with them a couple years ago during season 1.
Yeah.
So, what made you decide I need to bring this back to GeekFest for season 2? What's popping?
Oh, well, it's like homecoming. It's just I love this festival. I love that they celebrate filmmakers in this way. And I'm up in Vancouver, so Portland, the Rose City Comic Con. It was like it's a nice little drive and down there, and we get in and out and have some shenanigans and
awesome.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, since you said you did that first convention when you did that.
Yeah.
Did you purchase anything that you said, oh my God, I need this? Did you have that moment, or were you just too overwhelmed with everything and did you not buy anything?
Yeah, I had there was a few pieces of artwork that I stressed over. Like beautiful watercolor art, like Japanese style, like just gorgeous. But you are so overwhelmed. I was so overwhelmed. There was like costumes and things.
It's like, I had that as a kid. Look how cool that poster is. Oh, look at that costume. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, what is that over there? I gotta go.
I know. My feet are hurting. I'm hungry, but it doesn't matter. I want to keep going.
Oh, let me tell you, only one convention made me feel my age, and that was PAX Video Game Convention in Massachusetts. Man, I was walking all day with my daughter, and this place is huge. They take up the whole center front to back, and I mean, there's thousands of computers and gamings and panels. It's like, and then thank God she said, I want to go to a panel. And I first didn't want to do a panel, but when she said that, I said, okay, please, let's go. And I'm there limping. Call me hip hop that day because I'm like this. Jeez.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, well, my husband and I, we bought some card games. We bought BS Systems, and there was a dice one.
They get a lot of. I know. I peruse and I see a lot of the cool dice and stuff and the cards. Yeah. My friends are dying to get me into this. I have to move first. Let me have my own room so I could get noisy. All right. So you're gonna tour. I want folks to know GeekFest, an awesome show. Check out that trailer now, because you gotta check them out for real. Isn't that dramatic? I got the horns, he got the drones, make you want to leap out your seat. Let me tell you, right there, folks, check out the website so you know where you could check out this amazing film. This and many others as well. It's a whole celebration, as she had mentioned, of independent filmmaking and just getting it done. That whole spirit of creativity is amazing. You can find this over here at GeekFest LA. Now, Kate. Yeah. What's up? Are we getting season 3? Are we getting season 4 or 5? I mean, what's the plan with the program?
Anybody can get season 3 if they want to pay for it.
Awesome.
No, season 3, if it did come to fruition, I have thought about this. It would actually be a prequel to everything. Yeah. It would be a prequel.
Nice. Throw it back.
I
love that.
Yeah,
that's a nice interruption, because you get the regular story, and all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, we're going a little bit back.
Yeah. But that being said, we have developed it with funding from our fabulous Canadian government into a television show, and we are pitching that, and hopefully something will bite. But we've pitched the show as it's called the Trippers, and it's about that group that kind of have this nefarious. I mean, Kelsey's all still part of it, and Louisa, who becomes part of a season 2 as well. she's in it as well. But they're this kind of dichotomy, the yin and yang of the two women. So yeah, so hopefully something will happen. But if not, it's been a fantastic ride, and I found my tribe through all of it.
Yay! I'm telling you, finding your tribe is the best. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Now, I've been sharing this quite. I need people to follow over the socials and Twitters right here. Narcoleap, KGP. Another question here before we go is, what has been the greatest struggle in your journey, and then how did you overcome it?
Holy smokes.
In
In the journey of making Narcoleap?
Yeah, the whole journey as a female in the industry, you've had this great journey, though. I mean, you've been doing things, you've been getting it done. So, speaking from a woman in that journey,
sure. I mean, honestly, woman or not, the biggest hurdle that we had was that COVID happened between season 1 and season 2.
Oh, yeah.
And from a production standpoint, that was just a disaster because we're so low budget that we didn't have the insurance that would kind of cover us for that, and there was lots of decisions that had to be made. But I guess the biggest lesson, I guess, and I've tried to always kind of keep this like through all of what I've done, is just be grateful for all the people that have said yes. Chelsea, Nicole, Madison, Austin, Alex, like all.
Shout out.
They all just said yes. My producers, Emily and Ross in season 1 and Amber in season 2. I just asked, and I was like, hey, I can't offer you a lot, but will you help? And they said yes. And I've always, and the same with John Cooksey and David Schmidt as well, that were writers along the way. John was on second season. I've just always tried to kind of keep that lesson of just being grateful and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, because everybody needs help at one point. And when they say yes, just be really grateful. And I am, and hopefully they know it. I've tried to tell them a million times, but yeah, I think that's kind of the biggest, not obstacle, I guess, but just lesson. It's just be grateful.
It is a lesson, yes.
Yeah.
You said it yourself. Don't step on no toes, because you never know. You just never know what could happen. And look, you've had this wonderful journey working with amazing people. The show has blown my mind. So, Kate, I hope you get that season 3. Let's get that triple show going soon, because that crew is wild. I need an anti-hero show with some action.
Yeah.
Come on now. We're looking for that. We need that. The action and the drama. Come on.
I hope so.
Because this is a show for everybody. It really is.
Ready to go.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. Pilot script and everything. Ready to go.
Come on, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon. Come on. What are you waiting for? It's right here. You got to speak it onto the world, Kate. So let's do it, right? Come on, Emma. Let's get it done. Speak it onto the world. So for real, thank you, Kate. And you just, coming from a fan perspective, I want to thank you as a fan for being such an amazing creator, putting yourself out there, putting out that work out there, not being afraid to share that with the world. So you rock, and I see but amazing things are going to happen. I can't wait. And when is the graphic novel coming?
I will. Can I just say one thing though, too?
Sure.
Just talking about the fans. We had people make fan art for us, and before we'd even gone in production, we had because a lot of fans from the 100. They were following Chelsea, and so people made art for us. And at first, it was I hadn't experienced that, and it kind of weirded me out. But
yeah, you're like, what is this?
You're like, I'm Canadian, first of all, so I'm not used to compliments. But
I'm a New Yorker, neither am I. All right.
I gotta tell you, when you're a creator and you're not doing this for the glory or the money, things like that mean so much. And I just want to give the biggest burst of love out to all our fans that made art, that made things for us. That just kept us going. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you guys.
There you go. Wow, there you go. What a humble creator, folks. You see, this is awesome. People like this are the ones that are going to be successful. Be like this, you will find success. That's the truth. So for real, please follow Kate, folks, on the social, like I said, on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Narcoleap, also follow KGP Films, all right? And of course, find out where you can watch this awesome, right? GeekFest LA, go say hello, especially at Rose City, right? That's the one, you know.
Rose City, yeah, we'll go to Portland for sure.
There you go. So you can just say hello, meet, hang out, talk this awesome show, and get talk about some Star Trek too. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then you can talk to her husband, pull him aside, and talk about comics. All right. And with that, thank you so much again, Kate. Thank you everybody for tuning in. You know what to do. All right. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. Much love. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Later.